What's up, my guys? Welcome to episode 29 of the cast. I'm Joe, here with Pete.
Yo, my guys, Pete here.
So this week we're going to be recapping the Secrets of Strixhaven Pro Tour, and we're going to start off by discussing the predictions that we had coming into the PT and if they came to be reality or not.
Yeah, let's talk about how bad I did.
I don't think either of us did very well, to be totally honest. I think our, just big dreams. So,
I came close with one of them.
yeah, so let's talk about the decks that we picked to be the top 4 most popular decks. So, Pete, you said Prowess, ding, 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 Lessons, which was the 4th most popular deck, Mono Green Landfall, which is the 2nd most popular deck, or 3rd most popular deck, and then Grixis Midrange, which was nowhere to be found.
Boo.
So I picked Prowess as the most popular deck. Mono
Nice.
Green Landfall is the 2nd most popular deck, so 2 right. Then I picked Blue White Blink, which is Blue White Momo, which was the 6th most popular deck. I'll get some points for that. And then I had Control, which was the 5th most popular deck. So I had 4 of the 6 top most popular decks. I missed Lessons and Spelementals. You say no?
Blue White Momo was the 6th.
Yes.
Okay,
Right here, 4.3%.
nice.
So we did okay. Both of us had Prowess. So you had 3 of the top 6 most popular decks, and I had 4 of the top 6 most popular decks. So I win that one. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. You win.
So
I had to take the dark horse, Grixis.
for two most popular Secrets of Strixhaven cards, you picked Color Storm Stallion and Emeritus of Ideation. I picked Flow State and Resonating Loop.
Yep, Flow State was number 1.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured with Prowess doing what it's doing. Wasn't really being played in Lessons. It was being played in some Spelementals lists too, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So basically 38% of the field had at least 3 Flow State, right? They were only playing
Yeah, I
like
think
3
so.
though, right? Okay. Then Resonating Loot. I mean, it looked like there were more Tablet of Discovery, which is 2 in a red for an artifact that when it ETBs, you mill a card and you can play that card until end of turn, and then it taps for 1 red, or it taps for 2 red for an instant or sorcery. So it looked like more people were playing that than Resonating Loot, or just about the same number anyway.
Well, you know what the second most played Strixhaven card was?
What?
Color Storm Stallion.
Oh, okay. So we're tied. We'll take that as a tie. What was the third and 4th most popular?
3rd was Prismari Charm, and 4th was Traumatic Critique.
Okay. Where was Resonating Loot on that list?
16th.
And then where was Color Storm Sound? Or where was Emeritus of Ideation?
5.
All right, we'll call that one a tie because I had Flow State, and then the 16th most popular card. You had like the 2nd at Stout for Stallion, right? And then
Yeah.
the 5th with Ideation. Okay. So that one's a tie. So breakout card, you had Emeritus of Conflict, 0.
0 copies
tournament.
in the whole tournament. But I got some right here, boys.
Hopefully something happens there with Prowess and Modern or something, because there's something to those. So my breakout card was Sky Coach Conductor. Where was Sky Coach Conductor in that list?
17.
Really below Loot, huh? Okay, well,
Yep.
still more than Emeritus of Conflict.
Yep. I couldn't believe 0 copies when I saw the list. I was like, yeah, no shot of breaking out. So anybody listening, please help me break that card.
All right, and then for what would win, you picked Lessons, and I picked a Loot deck. So I think that you win that one. Because if I'm not mistaken, is it Lessons was the first deck into the top 8?
Believes, yeah.
So we'll say you won that one, even though it didn't win overall. But so I don't know. We got some things right.
Ray Zhang
Yeah,
lost in the semis to Chris Larson.
congrats to them. Yeah, and not playing any Storm Chasers talent,
Right.
which I just think is so crazy. But
I like that.
I liked that they were playing Consult the Star Charts. It looked so powerful.
Yeah, they had 3 in there.
Yeah, and it looked so good with what they were trying to do. So, respect for that innovation. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and then like the day after, Jacob Pablo took almost similar list to top 4 of the standard showdown.
Did you see what won that though?
No, what was it?
Respect the Cat on 4-color elementals.
Nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty good. So I think we did all right with our predictions. I mean, predicting the metagame, it was kind of obvious that mono green landfall, prowess, lessons were going to be in the top. I think it was what it was. We did all right with picking the most popular cards. I think Flow State was kind of a gimme.
Right, with the amount of it that was expected.
Yeah. Looks like we kind of sucked on breakout cards, and I was a little bit too hopeful about Resonating Loot being good, but that's all right. So let's talk
There's still
about
time. It was only what, a week after release, right? 2 weeks.
That's true.
So
but I think that these guys went pretty deep. I do think that there's some innovations and ways for Control to target the landfall decks. I think that Erode is being undervalued, and I think that Wan Shi Tong is probably being undervalued as well. But no Dimir mid-range at all. Like, it's completely gone from this tournament. Like, there was
one copy.
One copy, right? But not anywhere in the top performing decks. So
No, and like a 20% win rate.
yeah. All right, so let's talk about this data. So for everybody listening, we've got video now. So if you want to watch Pete chill on his couch with his dogs, or look at me with bedhead in my closet, be sure to check us out on Spotify or YouTube. I'm going to send Pete a link so you can get that uploaded to YouTube. But so
Nice.
we've got some data that I consolidated here in Excel. If you want to follow along here, feel free. If you want to check it out after the fact, there will be a Dropbox link, and I'll probably post some of it on Blue Sky. If you want to check it out there, probably can send it to Pete so you can start posting it on X as well. But
Okay.
So I looked at obviously the main event. So what I did is I looked at all of the decks that had 21 points or more in constructed, and then I looked at the top 16 decks from the Second Chance PTQ. So in the Second Chance PTQ, there were 8 people that requalified. So basically that went 5-0. And then I also included the list that went 4-1. I figured that was, pretty decent win rate for the Second Chance PTQ, worth including. So between those two events, 489 players. Is It Prowess and Mono Green Landfall both had 24% of the top 8 across those two events. So basically 50% of the field is Mono Green Landfall or Prowess. And then between Selesnya Landfall and Mono Green Landfall, those make up together about a third of the field. And then Spelementals is at 10%. Is It Lessons, Selesnya Boyd, and Jeskai-based control decks, there maybe is some black in there, are 6% to 4%. Blue-White Tempo at 4%. Mardu Aggro, Blue-White Momo, Bant Rhythm, Boros Dragons, Dimir Excruciator, and Sultai Control also had some numbers of top-performing decks. And we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail here in a second. So also kind of breaking it down a little bit further, so day one, 30% of the field was Is It Prowess, and then decks that had 21 points or more, so for Prowess was 24%. So it did okay. I want to say that this was the litmus test for the tournament. Everybody was going into the PT with prowess on the mind. Even the people playing prowess, right?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
were trying to trick out their decks to beat the mirror. So basically, just below 50% win rate for Is It Prowess overall at the tournament. One thing I want
Which
to point out, which I pointed out right before we started talking about this, was that there was the only deck that had a positive win rate, so a win rate greater than 50%, that was not green. Basically, that did not play Badger Mole Cup, was Demir Excruciator. Spelementals had a 50% win rate, but Demir Excruciator was the only thing with a 51%, something greater than 50%. Everything else, oh no, and Boros Dragons and Mardu Aggro, excuse me. But the vast majority of the decks that were above 50% were green decks.
yeah,
Pete, you were going to say something.
I forget. I was saying, the prowess win rate, which with 49.6 is respectable, right? With the number of decks in the tournament.
Yeah, I want to talk about this Golgari mid-range deck. So we saw it on camera quite a lot. Did you get to watch coverage?
No. I worked and
Did you go back and watch any of the videos at all, or?
no, I just saw the top 8.
Okay. Yeah, so they had a guy playing Golgari mid. Basically, he was playing Unholy Annex and Delian Fell, and then, removal and such.
Probably for a couple Furdok cores too, right?
Yep, a couple Fur core. And he did all right on coverage, but you can see here, it was 2.5% of the day one meta, but none made it into, having at least 7 wins in constructed. And it had a pretty poor win rate, not the worst. It looked like Blue White Momo actually had the worst win rate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think there's something to that deck.
To Blue White Momo?
No, well, that one definitely, but so Golgari.
Yeah.
Pile of good cards. Delian Fell I think is really good.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find Kai Nelson's
We'll see
Golgari mid list.
what Scott does with it tonight.
He's got it built.
I think he's building it, yeah.
So Kai Nelson, so he's playing. Oh no, this isn't right. That's from an old.
So how many copies were in the tournament? Was that 4? I think was it 8? I forget.
8. Yeah.
8?
8. Hey, Kai Nelson. Here we go. So he's got 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Badger Mole Cub, 3 Keenard Curator, 2 Emeritus of Abundance, 4 Delian Fell, 4 Requiting Hex, a Bitter Triumph, a Shoot the Sheriff, a Long Goodbye, 3 Duress, a Strategic Betrayal, 2 Maelstrom Pulse, 2 Furdok Core, and 4 Unholy Annex, 24 lands.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
didn't
these
get
decks need some tragedy feasters.
Yeah, really just trying to get your opponent dead, right? I don't think you really need the Emeritus of Abundance. I don't think that's where you want to be, personally. I think it's just a little bit too slow. I think you have enough advantage between Unholy Annex and Delian Fell that you probably just want more. Like, maybe this is the spot where the Tragedy Feaster goes.
Maybe.
But
I mean, that Emeritus is decent, right? The game goes long.
It is.
You get to cast Regrowth once, twice, take over the game. But
Tragedy Feaster the game doesn't go long, right? It's
correct.
like,
Correct.
they're just dead. That's how I feel anyway. Like, where
Right, a 4 mana 7/6 with ward discard a card isn't nothing.
yeah. And Unholy Annex, right? When you make a demon with Ritual Chamber, all of these Izzet decks can just bounce it.
Yep.
Right? It's kind of embarrassing. So, yeah, 5 mana to have your thing die to a 1 mana creature. And part of me thinks that Erode is... Where was Erode in the SOS list, most popular Strixhaven cards?
Oh.
That had to be like 2 or 3, I would assume.
It was up there. Let's find out. Row 7.
Okay.
7th most played card from Strixhaven.
So let's just kind of take a look at some of these deck lists. So the landfall decks, this is almost identical to Nathan Stoyer's list. I think the only things that are different are a little bit of difference in the sideboard. And so a new card that they were playing was this Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam. So it's X blue, or I'm sorry, X green white for an 0/1 artifact creature with trample. When it enters, it gets a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So you can play green white for a 2/3, or you can dump a bunch of mana in to make it this huge thing. And then whenever it attacks, you remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. And if you do, you draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. So you can get extra landfall triggers with your lands, because if you attack with your if you have a 1/1 land, you can remove that counter, it'll die, come back and trigger landfall. Maybe you have a Might Form Harmonizer in play and can do something tricky there.
Yeah, that was some pretty sweet tech.
Yeah, I think this card's maybe worth having more of, honestly. I think it's very good. And especially because you can do it with Sasha's Chocobo, you can do it with Hydra. Yeah, it's definitely worth included. The fact that, and then it also works with like Earthbender's Ascension.
Yeah.
So
It gives the deck access to card draw, which is nuts, right?
Right. I definitely want to play 4, but I think 3, and I'm sure that they figured that 2 was the best number for it. I can't believe they're only playing 1 Ice-Till Explorer here. That's the first time I noticed that. I'm going to see if I can find Nathan Stoyer's list. Is he only playing 1 Ice-Till? He's playing 2 Ice-Till Explorer, but Larson was playing 2 Surrak.
1 Ice-Till?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why Nathan won.
Probably. Probably. This is a part of it, you know? So, yeah, I mean, basically, it's a mono green landfall shell that's playing 4 roads. So let's compare it to what these mono green decks look like. So there's a little bit of difference between Matthew Stephenson's list and Stefan Schutz. So 26 lands, 9 fetch lands, and then 4 of everything. It looks like Stephenson was only playing 3 Might Form Harmonizer, and he was playing the 4 Ice-Till Explorer. So if the 2 decks in the finals were cutting Ice-Till Explorer and playing the full playset of Harmonizer, and it just seems like Harmonizer can do such crazy things with landfall. Whereas like Ice-Till Explorer is more of a value engine, and Might Form Harmonizer, if you can warp it and then play a fetch land, it's like you just kill your opponent, right?
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You tap out against that deck and you're dead.
Yeah. And so they're playing a Bushwhack and 3 Meltstriders Resolve as the interaction pieces that, you know, Selesnya landfall players had taken out and replaced with a Rhodes, essentially. And then they're also playing 3 Sapling Nursery still in the main. Whereas Stefan Schutz, he has an Edge Rover in here, which is the
Mana 2/2.
1 mana 2/2 with reach. When it dies, each player creates a lander token. Yeah, and the mono green list, some of them were playing Esper Origins, which makes Ice-Till Explorer a little bit better. So getting those Esper Origins into your graveyard to then cast, and once they hit that final chapter, it's kind of like an overrun effect. So
Yep.
good way to end the game as well.
And another cool thing about the Selesnya list, right?
Yeah.
You have a Might Form Harmonizer in play, you attack, and then you just erode one of your own creatures to get another landfall trigger.
Yeah. And I like that they're playing these Sheltered by Ghosts and Rest in Peace in the board. All right, let's talk about Matt Nass's Ouroboros list. So no Nature's Rhythm. He's got 4 in the board, though. So no main deck Nature's Rhythm. 3 Erode in the sideboard.
3 Bright Glass, Earhole, Pixie.
So how do you think this Madman is sideboarding?
Just the rhythms come in against other green decks, right? Bringing the rhythms and the Crater Hoof.
It's other green decks just as a way to like beat the stalemate?
Yeah. Like cut the Keen-Eyeds and the Sage of the Skies, right?
Okay, so that's 8 cuts, and then you bring in
5
5 in a road. right? You're not bringing in Focus Fire, are you?
Spider Manifestation.
Just as a way to go faster.
Yeah. So that's 7.
Would you cut like the Melt Strider's Resolve? I guess
Probably.
no. Yeah.
No.
It looks like his main deck is built to
Well, I
beat
guess I'm
up
cutting
prowess, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
with
it
the
looks,
Sage and Curator, Paw Patch Recruit, right?
yeah. And then I guess like Nature's Rhythm is a card that you can bring in against mid-range decks and like control decks because of flashback. And then you want Rest in Peace against Lessons
Yep.
and Insidious Fungus there. You don't really care to have Sage of the Skies there either. I love this. This is
Yeah, that's
his,
not a surprise. I had the best win rate of the whole tournament, right?
yeah, who was I talking to? Was it you? I might have been talking to Sean, and I guess Matt Nass's teammates were trying to convince him to just play Landfall, or they were trying to get him to. They were trying to convince him to play some other deck, and it's like, why would you just not listen to Matt Nass? Like, what the hell?
Right.
Like
Well, I saw
the dude has been a deck innovator for 10 plus years, and he's like absolutely killed consistently. He won a PT within the last year. You know, popularized and maybe invented Krark Clan Ironworks, can build all kinds of crazy stuff. Is he's like, hey, let's build this. I probably would have just been like, all right, Matt, I'm gonna sleeve this up too. I don't know.
Well, I saw something on Twitter that like in their Discord, this deck came about the night before deck submission.
Shit, really?
I think so. Yeah. Someone posted the timestamps.
Huh.
And Matt Nass was like, "There's something to this."
I guess knowing how the meta looks now between Landfall and Selesnya Landfall, right? Like if we go back and look, so Mono Green, Landfall, yeah, I guess it's still, you know, its prowess is probably still the most popular deck. Maybe you just keep this configuration as is.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you see much change in the next 2 weeks before Cincinnati?
Well, I think that this gives control players something to target, and it's just a matter if they think it will be, you know, if you can design something to beat this stuff. Because I mean, it's
Right.
obviously the winners meta has been dominated by green decks, more or less, and some aggressive decks. So if you can set up a control deck that can deal with that, you know, enough sweepers or, you know, the
Well,
right removal packages.
More green there is in the format, the better Excruciator gets.
Yeah, Excruciator has a good landfall matchup.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna check the matrix and see. This says it has a 30% against it.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, just because of Deadly Cover Up.
Yeah, and Day of Black Sun.
Yeah. Well, Day of Black Sun's a sideboard card, right? How many cover ups are they playing? Are they playing for?
No, not now. No.
Yeah.
See, the problem is that they're not. They had to change their decks to fight prowess, which they're not good against.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Too aggressive.
like the Excruciator list, he went 9-1 in constructed, right? He had 1 Deadly Cover Up, 2 main deck, Oil Deep Gear Hulks. What else? Yeah. 2 Harvester of Miseries, 2 Oil Deeps in the main.
Yeah. Well, let's
Compared to the last PT when it won, I probably had 3-4 Deadly Cover Ups, right?
Yeah. So Max Kamenowski's Is It Spelemental's list. 19 lands, the 12 creatures we're all familiar with. 4 Eddie Mercs, 4 Hearth Elemental, and 4 Sunderflock. 3 Flow State, some removal spells, 3 Spell Snare, 1 Spell Pierce. Your kind of typical cantrips, 3 Winter Night Stories, and a number of one-ofs in the sideboard, a couple Hexing Squelcher, 2 Hydroman Fluid Felon, 2 Pit of Offerings, 2 Ral. Yeah, I don't know. I think this list is... It it seems like with Force Underflock main, it should have a pretty decent matchup against the landfall decks.
You would think.
But I think with them playing white and having the erodes to kill their elementals so they can't Sunderflock, and to then board into Rest in Peace, makes Spelementals pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely a tougher matchup than it was before the White Splash, right?
Yes.
Or even just before Erode. Now they have a 1-mana answer to your big boys.
Right. So, and I think that, the green decks, they can rebuild pretty quickly. I mean, you take out their lands, right? But they just replay them. They got that. You just like reload their landfall triggers. It can make their Earthbender's Ascensions better. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what his matchup spread looked like, but it's to him making the top 8 there.
Yeah. So let's take a look at Zevon Faust's blue-white tempo.
Your favorite deck?
Yeah, I mean, it looked. I like it. He's kind of on this blend between tempo and blink with Skycoach Conductor and trying to cheat in Quantum Riddlers. I don't know how he feels about it after the PT. I don't know. And he talked about in his deck tech with Tannen in coverage. I caught him talking about it, and he basically mentioned that the landfall matchup did not feel very great. But I don't think his matchup spread is crazy. I think that it's all pretty close to even, except for Prowess. I think that he was trying to destroy Prowess decks. But I think he ended up losing to Lessons, right?
Yes.
In a very...
Yeah, in 5.
In 5, very close.
Which when I saw that, Lessons was the 1 seed and Zevon was the 8, I was like, oh, bye Lessons. There goes my shot of getting the winner.
Yeah.
But
I think
game 5, Ray won through a high noon. Got rid of the high noon and
bounced it and then won, basically, yeah. And was kind of waiting for like the critical mass of cards, and Zevon drew a lot of lands, and without the the cantrips that Ray had, Ray was able to build a hand and shape it, whereas Zevon, I don't know, he just couldn't really get there. So just drew too many lands, and I think that's what cost him. But I don't know why he's not playing Rest in Peace. Just 2 Ghost Vacuums doesn't seem like where you want to be. I mean, he doesn't have anything in his deck that wants to use a graveyard. And I feel like
Rest in Peace seems
pretty
decent
good
here.
Right? It's good against Lessons. It's good against Spelementals. It's good against Dimir Excruciator. And then it's fine against Landfall. I don't think you would bring it in. But I was thinking about if I was playing like a control deck, I would probably play a Rip main just because it turns off Ice Till Explorer. It kind of makes their Keen-Eyed Curators worse because they can't become 7/7s, right?
Yep.
And then for Prowess, it shuts off the flow state. It shuts off the second chapter of Storm Chaser's talent. And then opposing control decks are playing flashback, so it turns off their flashbacks. I thought that like a Rest in Peace in this format would be fine.
Yeah, it hits a lot. This
and then Mardu aggro, right? It's good against Bloodghast.
Yeah.
So, and then there's some cards that have flashback, right? With the Momo deck. Practiced offense? What was that? 2 and a white. Give your team +1/+1 until end of turn, and 1 creature first double strike and lifelink? Or lifelink?
Double strike or lifelink, yeah. And then it flashes back.
For
I missed
2,
that
right?
flashback cost for 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I don't know.
But this deck also has a new name. just in case you weren't aware.
What deck?
This one.
The Azorius
Zev-
aggro?
Zevon's deck, yeah, it's Azorius Prison.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess Zevon requested it, and Frank Carson said he's going to make the change in everything.
Okay. So let's look at a bunch of these prowess lists, because there was a lot of different lists going on. Some people were playing Stallion. I think 4 Slick Shot Show Off is where you want to be, personally. I think that is a card you cannot replace. And if you look at the 24-point list, they have 4 Slick Shot Show Off. Let's see. 4 Slick Shot Show Off, 4 Slick Shot Show Off, right? So
Yep.
you want to play Crab, you want to play Horse, pick one of those two, but you got to play 4 Slick Shot Show Offs. It didn't look like any of the 24-point Is It Prowess lists were playing
The Otter.
Elusive Otter. So something to think about. It looks like some people were maybe trying to play like Draycatcher as a way to, I don't know, go big against the opponent. My boy Nick Odenheimer just playing clean lists here. I love that he's playing 4 Flow State too. He's just like, let's do it. This looks great. Okay.
Yeah, deck's still good.
All right, let's look at control real quick. So we'll go up here. This 4 and 5 color control list on. They got 24 points. Mr. Nick Diriu. Apologize if I pronounced your last name incorrectly. 27 lands, 4 Consult the Star Charts, 3 Stock Up, 3 Resonating Loot, 4 Jeskai Rev, 2 Lightning Helix of Pest Control, a Day of Judgment, 3 Inevitable Defeat. So I looked at this guy's list. I think it seemed like everybody was playing Flashback, like a 2 of, except for like Prowess.
Yep.
Was Prowess playing Flashback? Let's see. I don't see any flashbacks here, but I was kind of surprised at how few sweepers there were in here. 1 Day of Judgment, 1 Fire Magic, 1 Ill-Timed Explosion, and a Pest Control. What do you think?
What, this list?
Yeah.
I like it. Flashback is a good card. I like the Outrageous Robbery in the side.
Yeah.
Control cleans up talent, otters, right?
Yeah, talent, otters, elves, landfall creatures.
I mean, this guy's been doing well with Jeskai
cycles.
Control for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 Jeskai Revelation on the full 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if Inevitable Defeat is well positioned right now.
Why not?
I don't know.
Just how expensive it is?
Yeah. I'd rather run full 4 Lightning Helix, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think that Inevitable Defeat is kind of like a Lightning Helix that can kill any creature and deal with any permanent. So, but you're probably right. Like 4 mana to do that is a little bit pricey right now. It's maybe just a 2 of.
I guess with a loot out.
Well, see, the thing is, with a loot out, it still costs 3 lands.
Correct.
Right? It's kind of a pain in that regard, right?
Still better than 4.
Yeah.
I know Scott hates this list.
Why?
Oh, wait, he said the other day somebody cast 3 Jeskai Revelations in 1 turn on him.
Pretty good. I don't know. I'm going to take something like it for a spin. I think it's pretty good, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I would be trying to play a Wan Shi Tong in the main with the amount of landfall going around.
Maybe. I like it how it is. I like the idea of blanking all of your opponent's removal game 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
People say that. It's just like it's just.
But no, you're also right. I like Wan Shi against landfall.
Yeah, I
run that bird in the side of my lessons deck.
Right. And I don't know. It's like not bad. Like, are people going to bring it in? Like, are they going to leave in the removal against you if they see you have a main deck Wan Shi Tong? Like, it's still going to be a thing that comes down and draws cards, right? Like,
yeah, I don't think it'd be ever be correct for them to leave in removal for. They saw you had 1 creature.
Yeah, I don't know. Some stuff to think about with this list, but I feel like it's low on the sweepers. I don't really know how I feel about Fire Magic. I don't know. It's like I would just rather that be like another road. You know what I mean? I don't.
Maybe, but I can see it, right? Like, You're holding up either a kick consult or a damage fire magic, right?
Yeah, but if you can kick a consult, I just feel like you're always going to want to spend that 4th mana to kick a consult rather than cast a 3 mana instant speed fire magic. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't.
I mean, it depends if you're about to die to slick shot, right?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Erode it. I don't know. I guess this plays around like secret identity, so there's that. I don't know. I think that you're probably right about inevitable defeat. It's certainly not a 3 of, but well, all right. It was an interesting pro tour. I think.
Yeah, what about Mardu discard?
Yeah, let's look at Mardu discard. Either of these lists you want to look at, let's look at Crisscross.
Yeah.
So 22 lands, pretty good spread on the multicolored lands. 4 starting town to help. 4 Bloodghast, a Cecil, 4 Hardened Academic, which is red, white, for a Bird Cleric 2/1, Flying Haste. Discard a card. This creature gains lifelink until end of turn. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Bloodghast can kind of pump with Hardened Academic, and it's like another Iron Shield elf, so I'm assuming that this is your like second discard outlet instead of the flail in
Yep.
Rakdos discard.
Yeah, so just a second free discard outlet.
And it's a 2/1 with flying and haste. It's pretty good, getting in there pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it's better than flail because instant speed.
Yeah,
So.
the fact that you can give it lifelink is real nice. Just 4
Yeah, when I saw it,
practice
'cause
offense.
I thought of that when I saw that card. I was like, all right, maybe Mardu discard will be a thing. What would it replace in the list? And then I didn't even catch this practiced offense that the flashback was just 2, which is gross, right?
Yeah.
Discard it for free, pump your team.
4 Leyline of the Void. I feel like that deck can't have a very good landfall matchup, though, can it? What kind of tech do you have to beat landfall?
Turn 1 Moon Shadow.
Just big, go fast race?
Yeah. I have a positive win rate against landfall with the Rakdos discard, and because I just mulligan to a turn 1 Moon Shadow.
Yeah. Seems fun. Seems fun for sure.
Yeah.
Cool but rude. $650 at Card Kingdom. How much is Cool but rude sell for? It can't be that much, right?
Nope.
Sit down, TCG.
Good old Turtles cards.
Looks like $5 shipped on TCG. This deck looks fun. I like it. It kind of has some interesting play with practice offense and Hardened Academic, where you might be in a tough spot, but you can maybe attack your opponent and gain enough life to stay alive through the crackback.
Yeah, put 2 guys in the top 32, right? There's a 60% win rate or something.
Yeah, 60%. So the deck with the best conversion from day 1 into the 21-point decks. So they both made it into the 21 points list in day 2. So that's good. There's got to be something to it.
Worth testing.
How has your deck felt against like the rhythm decks? Just like rhythm, Ouroboros,
Oh, you're talking about
type
the
green
Mardu
decks.
discard?
Yeah, Mardu Discord or Rakdos Monument. They usually
Not
get
the best.
pretty big, pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a race, right?
Yeah. Whereas, like, how do you deal with landfall? They just, like, you kill their stuff and beat down through them?
Yeah. They either block and lose their stuff or die.
Okay. I like it.
And you're flying over with the Rakdos, you got the Phoenix, and they have to double block the Moon Shadows or start dying.
Yeah.
And then you're just pinging them with Kulbaru, too.
What else? Anything else you wanted to look at? I wanted to look at Optimus Tom's data here. So 4-color elementals, 40% win rate. I saw Matthew Umke's, who I think he top 8'd Milwaukee with 4-color elementals. He was on coverage. He did all right. He did pretty good at the tournament, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, no elementals decks made it into the 21 points category. So
Like, it can't really have a great prowess matchup anymore with prowess being on crab, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And and the horse is an elemental too, so you're you're not bouncing anything.
yeah. I wonder, Respect the Cats list had just like a lot more interaction. I don't know, maybe that was a factor. We'll see. So, what would
There's
you
bunches.
play going forward based on these results? What are you thinking? You gonna play Mardu aggro?
Maybe either that or lessons.
That or
Probably
lessons?
lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think lessons is still really good.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, we'll talk about this next week, but how do you think the metagame is going to shift going into Cincy?
There'll definitely be more Selesnya.
Yeah. Do you think that'll just become
Prow-
like the de facto way to play the deck?
yeah, prowess will try and get smaller to combat that, right?
Yeah.
And some more excruciator.
More
What else?
excruciator, more control, trying to beat these green decks.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Then lessons will just be lessons. We'll definitely see more of this blue-white prison deck,
Do you think it'll stay the same with its meta, or you think it'll go up?
which the blue-white prison,
Yeah.
it's at, what was that, 2.5? I think go up to 5.
Go up to 5. It's going to double.
It's going to double.
Yeah, I think Momo's going to fall off a cliff. We've tried it. It's not good. Yeah, I think that you're right about prowess. I think that they're going to reevaluate what they're trying to do and maybe have a different sideboard plan, but I think that their main deck is going to be playing 4 slick shots.
They have to, yeah.
And I think mono green landfall and Selesnya landfall. So what, those two decks together, 22%. I think that goes up to. I think mono green landfall and Selesnya landfall together will become the most popular list, and prowess will drop down some.
That's Cincy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that Selesnya will become more of or nearly the de facto way to play landfall, that there will be a lot more erodes being played. So, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
just, and also the fact it just gives them access to rest in peace and sheltered by ghosts is good. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I don't know. We got some things to try to figure out. We get to play tonight. I haven't played in 2 weeks, so I'm looking forward to throwing some cards.
Yeah,
oh
what
yeah,
do you-
happy belated birthday to Pete.
Oh, thank you.
Pete turned 25 on the May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day.
But yeah,
What are you playing tonight?
I don't know. It depends on if I can get something built. I have elementals built, but if I can, I want to try to play like a loot deck, see how that goes. So if I have the time today between work, I'm going to try and get that put together. So we'll see.
Nice.
But
All right, well, also, we get to see what happens this weekend, too. We got Spotlight London, and I think one of the the first RCs is this weekend, too.
okay.
So we'll get some
Looking for
results.
that. Yeah, excited. You got any more parting thoughts?
No, just get your Emeritus of Conflicts now, and help me break this card.
Yeah, I think it'll be more of a modern card, if anything, just with baubles and such, right?
I know we got 3 years to break it in standard. Let's go.
Okay. All right. All right, well, if you've listened thus far, we appreciate it. Please give us a follow on Spotify. Give us a watch or subscribe on YouTube. Take a look at our X and Blue Sky pages. And we're going to have video now, so we'll be putting that together. All right, my guys. See you next
All right,
week.
my guys. All right, my guys. Peace.